and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all. It's your buddy Big Johnny G, the Two Gun Fix-It presents Legendary Gaming. All right, it's no secret that anyone that backed at this level, and I know the Kickstarter is over, but there are still places that sell Kickstarter editions of games. So in case you run across one of these, or an individual maybe who's selling theirs, here's what to expect. Because in the Mythic tier level, not only did you get the base game, but you also got 2 expansion boxes for the game, which are really cool, and they're remakes from the original. So the Keller's Keep box is one of the ones that, now, from what I understand, the core game and Keller's Keep, as well as the Return of the Witch Lord, are both supposed to be in retail. I haven't looked at this, but I'm assuming that's correct. I understand that. So these are going to bring more quests. Each one has a new quest book in it, which is very cool, and a whole bunch of new miniatures. Well, not new miniatures, just more miniatures. So for Keller's Keep, there's 2 more orcs, 2 more goblins of each mold. Oh, the orc is the big one with the sword over his back. 2 more female orcs, 2 more of the axe orc, 2 more of the other female orc. It's the same thing. You're getting the same miniatures all over again. Yeah, the doors look different. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Actually, it is kind of cool. But yeah, so the doors look different, but you're getting the same miniatures all over again. No difference whatsoever in them. And I kind of think that's a little lazy. I understand you want to save money, but please, if you're gonna be giving us these quest boxes, at least give us new molds on the miniatures. Even if it's skeletons again. Give us new, different looking skeletons. That's going to excite everyone. But that set aside, I wanted to get my nitpicking, my bishing, my kvetching out of the way right up front there. Otherwise, it's fantastic. What you get with these quest packs, I think, is really worth it. The quests alone, and even though the miniatures aren't different, having access to extra miniatures could always come in handy, especially if you want to create your own adventure and make it massively epic. You'll have the opportunity with all of these extra miniatures. Again, even if they're not different molds. So those 2 that come with the Mythic tier level, I thought were really cool. With that one little caveat, right? I thought they were really cool. I'm very glad to have them in my collection. I can't wait to get through the core game and then jump into Keller's Keep and then into the Return of the Witch Lord. That's the order I want to do it in, unless I see otherwise. That's the order I want to do it in. And it's just so exciting. These, as I said in the intro, these tabletop adventures that we're going on. Did I say that in the intro? I wanted to. I got interrupted. Yeah, it really is. These tabletop adventures, the sensation of it is fantastic. And each of these unique adventures helps that. The idea that the characters advance and grow like RPG characters, I think, is another fantastic thing that keeps you going back to the game. RPG styles always have innate replayability in them. And this strives for that. Especially if you're going to create your own adventures. There's more than enough materials. You have a monster's manual and DM's guide worth of material in just the core game alone if you want to create your own adventures. And the game encourages you to. Now, moving on from the expansion boxes, there is the actual Mythic tier box, right? And it's cool. It's worth it. It's worth it. I think it's worth it even more so if this is a rarity. Like, I understand that the expansion boxes are going or already at market. Okay, yeah, I understand that. And unless a store or an individual bought the entire deluxe Kickstarter version for specific resale purposes, you're not going to find the Mythic tier box for sale. That's the only way you're going to get it, is people that bought specifically enough copies to sell, or if someone's just selling their own copy. But it's not retail sold, is what I'm saying. Unless they change that up, and I hope they don't, because that making it that is a special tier level, I want to say, that makes me, and I'm sure others, feel a little good. I got something because I backed this early, because I backed this. I didn't just buy it in a store. Because I backed it, I get something special. And that should always be the case. And that's what the Mythic tier box feels like to me. Now, inside the box is a small box, is a small little HeroQuest box. And this is going to have all the gender swap characters for the core game. And it's also going to have a miniature for Sir Ragnar, who is famously in this second adventure. You got to go save him. He's been captured by Ulag. That leads into the next episode. The next one where you got to go face Ulag. Isn't that his name, Ulag? And it connects all really well. And to have the piece, you never did have the piece in the old game. There was no Ragnar piece. So that's cool. It's kitschy. I don't know what else it's ever going to be used for, though. Maybe there's other rescue missions later down the road, right? That's probably it that you can use it for. But otherwise, the gender swap miniatures, they look good. All the miniatures in this game look great. They all do. And these look good in the sense, they still look great, the gender swap, but I mean, they look good in the sense that being specifically a gender swap of him, a gender swap of her, it looks really good. And as I said, these miniatures are great to begin with. So now, as I was mentioning, so this is funny, right? As I was mentioning with the expansion boxes, as I was kvetching, hey, why don't you give us new molds for the miniatures, guys? Come on! You remember that? I was just kvetching about that a moment ago. They did that with the Mythic tier box, so that's awesome. We have new molds, new positions, right? New styles for things like the skeletons and the Dread Knights. The Dread Knights look really awesome. I think there's a mummy in here too. So they look. There's a dragon. Oh yeah, there's the dragon. I'll get to that. So these new molds really look good. It's impressive, and I'm glad they did it. But I still think moving forward, they should do it in future expansion boxes as well. This game also has, in the Mythic tier level box, 3 new character classes. So the core game, you have your Barbarian and your Dwarf, you have your Elf, and you have your Wizard. And that's the way that it was back in the 80s originally, and that's what they still have now. With the new classes in the Mythic tier level, it opens up Dungeons and Dragons. And that is literally 100% the feel I got is the new design team at Hasbro that's been working on this really wants to take the original game, keep everything about it that everyone loves, and then through expansions, turn it into 5e D&D. That's what they're doing with it. And these new classes show that. You have a druid, you have a bard, and a warlock. Complete D&D classes. I'm not that crazy that they're doing that, but on the other hand, I do like that there's all these different new special things, characters, their own spells, iconic weapons with them, like the warlock having the wand for battle as a weapon, is cool. It's different, and I do appreciate that. I also like the fact that in the Mythic tier box level, we also have more dice. Because as your weapons get a little better, you go to Marketplace, you buy better weapons, you get some better magic treasure gear, and you can start rolling a lot of dice. So it's nice that we have these this extra set of combat dice in the game. Now, I did mention a dragon. That's right, we finally have an official dragon piece for HeroQuest. And that's due to the three. Pretty awesome. Core game has 1, 2 expansions is 3, and now the Mythic tier alone has another 3 quest books in it. One of them by the current design team for the game. Which one I get those here? That one is called the Spirit Queen's Torment. Spirit Queen's Torment is by the current design team, and it looks like a fun romp through this game. The other two I'm more curious about, to be upfront about it. So one of them is by the original creator, designer of this game, Stephen Baker, and that's the Prophecy of Talor. So because it's by the original dude, I really want to have this at the table. In fact, I'm thinking that it should be the 4th that I play. I think I should do the core, I should do Keller's Keep, I should do Return of the Witch Lord, and then I should do Stephen Baker's quest, since he was the original designer. That's the way I feel. I don't know if that's the way I'll run it. That's the way I feel. And then the last one is the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. And I will butcher the name again, as I always do. This quest book is written by who is probably currently the most famous Hollywood D&D player out there right now, and that's Joe Manganiello. Get the name closer to correct this time. So he was actually a bit of a part of this whole game system being funded, crowdsourced out. And we actually didn't make that level, that tier level. We didn't crack it. We didn't get enough backers, enough money raised. But it was so close. It was so close that, Avalon Hill, Hasbro just sat down with it. Let's just do it. Joe's already written it. We already have the model made for the dragon. Let's just give it to them. So that's going to be really interesting. And I am so hot to try to see what Joe's campaign is going to be like. A dragon, finally, officially, in HeroQuest, thanks to the Mythic tier level. I think this was worth it. I have found this to be worth it. The 20-sided Warriors, and you're going to hear from them. They've already played a couple of games of this, and they're going to be giving their thoughts on this as well. Their 20-sided shots on it. But I can tell you up front that they all enjoyed it. I've been enjoying the hell out of this. The app that you can get so you can play the game solo is brilliant. It doesn't really miss the mark on anything. So altogether, was going all in for the Mythic tier level worth it? If you have the chance to get the Mythic tier level from some third-party seller or an individual selling theirs, is it worth it for you to get it? Well, ultimately, I can't tell you that. I can tell you this. I think it is for me. For me, I know it was worth it. And it's going to be giving me years of great amounts of fun. So I am not let down at all. I am very happy. Depending on how much you're willing to spend and how much you find it for, if you're even just a halfway fan of the original HeroQuest or looking for a really good Dungeons & Dragons simulation board game, this is what you want, I think. Yeah. I really love this game, and I can't wait to have it hit the table more. I can't wait to do more live playthroughs with this. I can't wait to have the 20-sided Warriors run more of these games. The Ryeman did great running his Zargon, and gave me a break. So yeah, this game is definitely worth it for the Mythic tier level. So go, if you don't have it, go get HeroQuest's Mythic tier level.